Hi, what's up? I want to talk about a topic that I know you're going to get all riled up about. This is my personal list, okay? I know you have your list, and that's why I want you to comment below. Let's talk about the best female rappers of all time. You have to understand, I grew up in a generation where I was listening to Queen Latifah, Salt and Peppa, Rod Digga, Eve, Left Eye from TLC. The list goes on and on. I'm forgetting so many people. Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, so great. But my top three, what I kind of based it on is who I personally like, and then also how innovative they were, how consistent they were, lyrical content, and just what they did for the genre at the time that they came out. So number one on my list, I guess we'll go backwards. Number one on my list would be Lauryn Hill. From the Fugees to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she just blew me away. I mean, listen to the first line on Lost Ones and you can immediately know she's like a force to be reckoned with. It's funny how money changes situations, even how she delivers things, you know? Her voice, her delivery, and almost all of her songs had a message. Like, her lyrical content was crazy. So for you to be able to rhyme that way and put words together that way and come up with these metaphors and stuff like that and still convey a very important message, that's so rare. The only thing with Lauryn Hill, I do wish there was more work from her, like a bigger body of work, and especially when it comes to rapping. She did a lot of singing, obviously, but you know, I always wish she just, like Andre 3000, she just came out with one full rap album. That would be huge, but she's definitely my number one, and I think not a lot of people include her or think of her. Maybe it's because of the singing thing, but rap-wise, she's a beast. Number two, I'd like to go with Missy Elliott. When I first heard her debut album, Super Duper Fly, I had never heard anything like that. It was ear candy. It didn't sound East Coast, it didn't sound West Coast, it sounded Missy Elliott and Timbaland. They really invented a sound. And her approach when it came to rapping, it was just so unique. It was so animated, and she wasn't afraid to let the beat kind of breathe while she was spitting her bars. It was just very different, a very different approach. She didn't worry about being hard. She just worried about giving you good music. And for lack of a better comparison, she was almost like a female Busta Rhymes in a sense, just very over the top, and the personality shined through in those rhymes. And I feel like for a lot of female rappers, especially at that time, that wasn't the case. They were just spitting these bars, but you didn't really get a sense of their personality in those lyrics, if that makes any sense. And her music videos, they were also revolutionary. They were so colorful and bizarre and weird, and the outfit she was wearing was like nothing I'd ever seen before. You know, at the time, Missy was also a little bit of a bigger woman, but she was still so sexual and stuff like that. I loved how confident she came across in those music videos. It was really cool. I think her impact, she not only influenced all female rappers after her, but just rappers in general. She really pushed the genre forward, and I think not many artists can say they did that. Artists in any genre, not just rap, male or female. She pushed a whole genre forward and gave us something that we weren't used to hearing or seeing. And then number three, to round out the list, and I know a lot of people are gonna feel some type of way about this, but number three, I would go with Nicki Minaj. I just think she reminds me of the rappers that I grew up on, you know? She has these punchlines, she has an arsenal of different flows, she's so versatile. She can go from giving you a pop song like Starships and being on songs with Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, then she could hit you with Chun-Li, like that beat, how hard it is and how she flows over that. I love that she can live in two different worlds. I feel like not a lot of rappers can do that and do it effectively. Plus, her delivery is so unique. She's a master of manipulating her voice. Just listen to her verse on Monster. That's all you need to do, and know that she has really mastered her craft. But how she goes high and low and switches up her voice, I think it's really cool, and something a lot of rappers don't utilize, and they should. Speaking of Monster, let's talk about that Eminem DMX effect she almost has. Back in their prime, Eminem and DMX, or just back when I was listening to him as a kid, they had that wow factor when they were featured on another artist's song. You would wait to hear them on the song, and usually they came last because they would somehow figure out a way to steal the show, and you were like, man, what's Eminem gonna say? What's DMX gonna say? I can't wait to hear that verse. And Nicki Minaj has that. Just look at what she did on the song Monster. I mean, she stole the show. That verse is iconic, and she does it on every song she's featured on. You can't wait to hear that Nicki Minaj verse, and that's, as an 80s baby, I mean, that's something I have been missing for a long time. So for her to capture that somehow, I'm like, man, you know, Nicki Minaj, she is really one hell of a rapper, not just a female rapper, but a rapper in general. And I also think she is extremely consistent. You have to remember, she's been doing this for a long time, even before the albums with the mixtapes and stuff like that. So she's versatile, consistent, she has longevity in the game, and she's one of my favorite, most intriguing rappers of all time. So that's my 3. I know you have a list. I want you to argue with me. I want you to @ me. Let me know your list. Comment below. This is Papa Squad. I'll talk to you next time.